Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed!
Waiting for the phone, feeling ugly. Have you ever been so lonely that it makes you wanna die?
Finally, in New York, the Jets against the Bills. Marty Lyons gives it to Jim Kelly after the incomplete pass. A fight breaks out, and after everything clears, the referee gives the official call. And folks, it was the ruling of the day.
A personal foul. We'll pick this up. On number 99 of the defense, after he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business down there. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Chaos reigns.
In my bedroom where my wife sleeps. In my bedroom where my wife sleeps. In my bedroom where my wife sleeps. In my bedroom where my wife sleeps.
Chaos reigns. Chaos reigns. Chaos reigns.
And he was just magnificent. Keep it going. Have you ever been so lonely that it makes you wanna die? Have you ever been so empty that it makes you feel like? Have you ever been so happy that it makes you cry?
Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed!
In my bedroom where my wife sleeps.
Welcome everybody to the After Disaster.
Hello.
I can't hear myself. There we go. Not Cinco de Mayo yet, Tyler. Settle down. You're a little, about a month and 5 days too soon on that. Welcome to a very special Friday edition of the After Disaster. I have already destroyed half of our set, Mike.
I saw that. My half's still intact.
I like my set being destroyed.
You know what? I want my set destroyed too now, but I'm not going to destroy it. I'm just going to move it.
Yeah, don't touch it. How about that? You probably shouldn't touch it.
How about if I just turn it around?
Technically, you're not even supposed to be in the building. How about we don't do that? All right. So, yes, sorry if you're sitting in your cubicle and listening to this YAPAB, because this is a audio slash visual podcast tonight. So we're going to be doing, I'm sure, plenty of things that don't translate to the audio only side. Wow, Mike looks like he's in space now because he just turned his cardboard around so it's all black. I suck as a friend and as a co-host because I told you that we were going to be on video tonight.
Never.
No,
just this moment.
Yeah, as you sat down. I apologize.
This show is getting off to an odd start. I think it's probably going to be a good show because of that. Because the first thing you said to me was, I don't feel like doing a show, and then I said, I don't feel like doing a show either.
I don't know if you realize this, though, Mike.
And you said, should we do a show? And I said, no, let's just cancel it.
Right.
And now we're doing it.
Well, that kind of happens every week.
Did you see Dr. Drew just yell at me in the hallway?
No.
Like he yelled at me.
Like how?
I said, hey, does therapy ever actually help? And they both started screaming.
What, he and the lady? Mm-hmm. Well, they're both right out the window.
I know.
If you want to go get them.
I don't think they'll come in here.
Well, they're yelling at each other now. Would you think they're married if you just saw them in public? We're talking about Drew and Simone. I would too. Okay, Mike's going to the door. He's opening it. He's going to try and lure Dr. Drew into here. And Drew's going to say no. Really quick. And he's saying no. All right, rejection. Come in here, Michael, please. We're evolving?
We're evolving our way of referring.
We're evolving.
There's not a lot of Simones in this country.
Okay, Drew's off of mic, and he's talking. I don't know if you're aware.
What
we're
is
doing
happening?
We're doing a show. This is a show. Why don't you
Simones
turn his mic on?
There are not a lot of Simones in this country, and to refer to somebody like Simone is a tricky thing. We're trying to figure out how to, when we refer it, we do it rather
She's
concisely,
a British woman.
but I don't think people
Yeah,
quite.
she's a British woman. I don't understand.
No. She's a emotionally focused therapist who does couples work and psychosexual therapy. And how do we say you need to see somebody like Simone? How do we make sure they find that kind of person?
A relationship specialist?
No.
Sex with psychos is the best, right?
It's hard.
My dad was a therapist for marriages,
but
his
couples therapist.
His wedding sucked. I mean, his marriage sucked. Yeah,
his parenting skills clearly were awesome.
What a dick you are! You're a pab, Drew. You're a pab. Today's call your boss a pab day.
Mike dragged our asses in here to talk.
Thanks
about
for
this.
doing it, by the way.
Our pleasure. But so we're in this
evolving?
heated conversation about how do we give.
Yeah, you guys look like a quarreling couple, actually.
No, we're not quarreling.
Ironically.
Turn this on. This is
how Drew and I we're so passionate about our work, and we're like, well, what can it be?
How do we do it?
That's what they say they do.
Because
but
in
blah, blah,
her
blah.
country, it's easy. There are people trained like her that are called her what she does, but here they don't call them that.
Well, why don't we just start calling it what you guys call it, and we'll pick up?
But why is this an issue?
It's not like called.
Because
Like you
it's
can't
very
call
different.
cigarettes fags here.
Are you trying to give her a title?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to.
That's what Tyler does. He ruins things.
Long Johnson.
All right, you guys can go
that's
back
how
to
we
We're
sum it
losing
up,
it. We are
yeah.
losing it. It's been a rough night.
Remember when he said we are evolving?
We're
The show is not evolving.
We're
at this point.
devolving, but we're evolving into helping people refer people to where we want them to go. Is the thing. Let's try to figure out how do we get them there. Like the Sash.net, I know the referrals that they give. I know the training people. I know they're all going to be licensed. I know the training they're going to have had. It's hard to find what she has done and has available in her own training.
Right.
For people, people don't present themselves that way. So if you look up psychologists with sex therapy, we're not even, who knows what you get.
Right. Sex surrogates probably still somewhere.
You might get right. You might get
That's
That's
sex
legal
surrogates.
in our country.
It's illegal?
But you
And
might.
it's legal
But
in
you might.
America.
It's legal here,
But you
yeah.
might get that if you.
I go to see therapists and I say I have sexual
Are you trying to get
functions.
paid? Are you trying to get clients?
No,
Is that
we're
what?
trying to make sure when we make a referral off when talking to somebody on Loveline, we're
okay.
clear where we're sending them.
And it's really difficult. It's
I
It's so
apologize.
easy to just go find someone like Simone. It's like, okay, but how do you do that?
Pab.
Well, you know what? We have a national syndicated radio program that maybe you guys can start getting the word out there. Starting Sunday night, maybe. You know what I mean?
we will do
No, seriously.
that. We'll be back.
But
Why not?
how do you
Thanks
do
for coming
it?
in.
You guys are going to figure it out over the weekend. You're both
That's
smart.
what we're
I have
sitting here
faith.
doing. That's
I
what
have
we're talking
faith in
about.
you.
I'm not going
Mike
to take it
dragged us
personally
in.
that you yelled at me in the hallway.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to have you in here. Not about your evolution.
You know what I yelled at him? Because he goes, listen, have you ever seen anybody get better in therapy? Anybody get well?
Mike, here's
isn't
what you
that
need
a
to
good
know.
question?
Here's what you need to
I
know.
told him to F off.
I used to
That's what
play
I
so
told
many
him.
out of context drops of Drew saying horrible, hilarious things. Some of them almost like borderline racist. I had one drop where I got him saying therapies for losers. He's like therapies for losers, and I played that once, and
Wow.
Drew's like, never play that again, because he loves his therapy.
Therapies
Loves
for losers.
I call
I've been
myself
helped
a
by it.
therapy
for
I was
losers.
helped by it.
Therapies for losers.
We feel strongly about this stuff.
So
Is there any way to do group therapy with a theater full of people?
Therapies for losers.
There it is.
Whoa,
Like you
don't
get a
ever
therapy
play
up on
that again.
you get a therapist up on stage, and he actually
No.
can give advice that would help
Then you
everybody.
do hypnosis
It wouldn't
that
be.
way, but
Yeah,
it's-
it wouldn't be therapy.
You have to. Everything has to be so intimate. There has to be an intimacy in the interaction, or it just doesn't work.
Tyler's calling
It's
me
funny
a
that you guys are
guru.
talking about this. I don't need a sex therapist, but I need to find a therapist soon.
But you already had somebody.
No.
He's asking to go to lunch over the weekend. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking, but if you
Talk
want to
to-
have lunch
talk
over the
to
weekend,
Barry.
I'm in.
Talk to Barry.
But no, I want like someone I can
Ask Barry
speak
for-
to.
Ask Barry for a referral.
I don't know who Barry is. All right,
Can
the
I
show
just ask you?
has reached an all-time low.
What area?
Hey, Ruben.
West Hollywood.
And the show has reached a new low.
All right, guys.
Don't say it on the air though.
Good
'cause
luck
I don't
on
want-
figuring it out.
I don't
You
want
know what
these people
you should
clogging
come
up
up. What
my
is it called?
therapist
Where
waiting
like
lines.
all the first letters of what it's called have what is that called? Like
Alliteration?
Hub. Alliteration. You should come up with a good alliteration for it. Hub. Well, hub is one of the ones that I could think of.
What is happening?
I will think out of the way home.
Okay, thank you.
Pab.
See you
Pab's a
later.
good one. Pab's a good alliteration.
Pab's not alliteration at all.
It is. Pab.
That's an acronym.
That's what I was looking
Not
for.
an
You gave me
alliteration.
alliteration, and you fucked me up.
I thought you were talking
You
about
just made me
words
look
that
stupid
start
in
with the
front of
same
smart
letter.
people. I've told you, Tyler.
You know what's funny
Don't
is
do that to me.
I love that you have the nickname Tyler Ruins Radio, and I never actually get it. And then all of a sudden, right in the middle of Dr. Drew saying something, you play some sound effect. I was like, how does that even fit? What just happened?
No,
then?
it's because he played the actual effect that I was talking about, that therapy is for losers.
No, but before that he played something else.
The ka-ching when he said sash.net.
Cover me. I got to go in there.
What are you going in there for? Oh, got it. Because it's not like we're doing a show or anything. You might have to take some phone calls. Some people actually turn their phones
yeah, this
off.
is Anderson's phone. Yeah, no, he's busy right now.
That's so funny.
There, I did it just for you.
Oh, by the way, Rune, you just scared the crap out of me. I didn't notice you were. I didn't know you were there, and I saw your hand underneath that thing.
Rune, what are you doing? Rune, why would you do that? Just go operate the goddamn camera switcher. Tyler, Rune ruins visuals. Okay.
For those not watching the live stream, you're missing out on Anderson's awesome fisting shirt.
It's not a fisting shirt. It's a black power shirt.
That
Okay,
is
let's
a fisting
quick.
shirt if I've ever seen one.
While Misty's still here, Misty, who was
Do you like why I didn't
in
have the
here.
guts to tell Dr. Drew I'm not seeing that doctor anymore?
What doctor?
That one he keeps referring. Ask him. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
Barry?
I didn't go to the last appointment. I don't think I'll be going.
Oh, he's
back
the
there.
guy that just takes your money and says, "All right, see ya." Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should have talked about that on air. Ever.
All right.
Let's mention his name and then I'll go in and cut
Barry.
it out.
His name's Barry, which backwards is Urab.
Ah.
That's pretty close to that. All right, so Misty is back in here again today, this week because we obviously didn't fulfill her. Are we good on the questions now, Misty? Did you get enough answers on the interview there?
She has 3 left.
What? Oh, Christ. All right, well, she was in here last Thursday, I guess it was, and she asked us some questions on air.
Mm-hmm.
And Jillian, just today, my lovely fiance Jillian, made it quite clear that not only were you, Mike, kind of changing when Misty came in, and Tyler,
So?
but myself as well. And she said it sounded like we were all showing off. And I'm furious about that because none of us were.
I don't think that was the case.
Here's
to be
what
frank.
happened. I saw her, and I'm like, oh, I don't want it to sound like I'm showing off. So
Frank
immediately
Stallone, that is.
I started sounding like I was showing off. Apparently. Apparently.
You were doing that thing with your hair that you do
I
a lot,
don't-
trying to show your shark earring.
That is.
Why are you wearing your shark earring tonight? That's so weird. You always wear
I
it.
forgot that we were doing this tonight. I totally forgot.
I forgot too because I probably worn the same outfit last time we were on the air.
You mean shorts and like a hoodie?
For those of you who can't see the stream, Mike is wearing a black hoodie, which will get him killed in Florida.
Who are you wearing?
And he's also wearing a tan thermal, which could double as pajama top.
It might.
It could. It probably does. Has it?
Hey, have you guys been
In your
freezing?
pajamas.
Have you guys been freezing lately? Because I am butt ass cold all the time, and my place is freezing. Even with the fireplace and the heater on, I'm still laying in bed.
Fireplace. Look at
I'm
me,
still lying in
fancy
bed.
pants fireplace, boy.
I'm still chilly, so I bought a little oil
He didn't say he was windy.
heater, which doesn't do anything. And then yesterday, when I was walking back from breakfast, I bought a bed heater. Have you seen those things? It's like a sheet that goes underneath the sheet, and it warms up, and it's got timers with these
Can
two
we do a
giant
promo
controls.
for this show?
No, just hear me out real quick. This isn't going anywhere really, but
It'd be like talking Mike's core temperature
So
on the next episode.
so I love.
Are you curious how cold Mike is? He's really cold. Find out just how cold on the next After Disaster.
I love.
Take your temperature.
I love this thing. Night
Like the
one
Wii.
because
What,
it
the
has.
Whoopee?
It's got a
what's
It's
it
got a
about?
preheater. You hit the preheat button, and then it heats your entire bed up.
Is it a jacket?
It's underneath the sheets. It covers the entire surface
So
area.
it's like an electric blanket, but
Yes, but it's very
Underneath.
thin. It's underneath.
that's
So
smart because heat rises.
My first worry was a friend of mine goes, "Oh, I think those things might give off radiation." So right there was kind of unsettling. Yeah, I don't know. I just
You have
it's in the
stupid
back of my
friends.
head. This guy's a genius. The
What's his name? I'll cut it out.
Stephen Hawking told me
It's
that.
Drew. Or
So here's what happened today. I get home. I'm like, oh, thank God, Stompy's not home, my neighbor. So I'll grab a quick nap, So I hit the preheat button and I hop in bed. And I wake up an hour later, soaked in sweat. And
you're
I
gonna
mean,
get electrocuted.
soaked.
You're totally gonna fry.
I don't know how I find a happy medium with this thing. Like I'm laying on my side, and there was the entire outline of my body from like my knees up until my neck soaked, and it is
Tyler,
gross.
settle the fuck down. Jesus Christ.
I had a
Who's
lot.
showing off now?
I had a
honey?
lot of
Gotta be
coffee
Tyler.
and adult beverages, so leave me alone.
I gotta say, honestly, I think Jillian's mistaken. I think she might be reading into it, but I don't think.
I know
either
that in
of
my
us
head
acted
when
differently.
Misty came in here, I was like, oh, she's a listener and she wants to ask us questions and she's an attractive young girl. I'm gonna do all I can not to act any differently because I don't want Jillian to get mad at me.
I will say, if
And
she wasn't
apparently
attractive,
I acted differently.
No, if she wasn't attractive, I would be more comfortable. No, just kidding. I don't think we acted
Now, if we ever
differently.
have any listeners in here that are girls and we act comfortable, they're gonna think they're not attractive. This is terrible.
we should never have listeners in here again.
This
now.
is awful. Where do we go from
have-
here?
We just have to act uncomfortable all the time.
I know, but I don't like being uncomfortable. Speaking of
I'm not
uncomfortable,
uncomfortable.
By the end of the
I was
show,
know, you're
uncomfortable
wearing your
when
pajamas.
Dr. Drew yelled at me. I was uncomfortable
all right,
then.
he didn't yell at you. He just said, "Yes, of course, therapy works." I tell
he
everyone
yelled at
every
me.
night to do
To be
it.
fair, I'd yell at you
He
too
told me to
if
fuck.
you.
He told me to fuck off or fuck you or something like that. Yeah.
Why are you acting surprised that Drew would say something like that?
I go, does therapy ever
that
really
man
work?
is
And he goes,
insane.
fuck you. And he goes, help for me.
Rune,
help
what is
for
this
her.
angle you have, and why are you overeating brownies when
Rune
you have a
is
shit
not
angle?
good at his job.
You are not good at your job. Even though
Remember
this is not your
when-
job.
remember when
Where's that
our
angle even
show
coming from?
was the only one that was video broadcast, and Rune like spent every waking moment preparing for
Yes.
it, and had like these amazing artful
Yes.
cuts. Now it's just like he's in the parking lot talking with Reggie while we do the show.
I don't know if he's out with Reggie. That's taken
he
to
is.
an extreme.
He's
that
gonna
is
go
not
pick up
occurring.
Reggie to bring him to a shift.
Listen, before the show's over, I promise to talk about the genocide that occurred in my backyard. I have more genocide to talk
what
about.
happened?
What?
Here's the thing with backyards. They're a little overrated because people always talk about how nice it is to lay out by the pool and hang out, and how it gives a place for the dogs to run around. They don't talk about the nature that occurs in my backyard or everyone's backyard. Tyler, you've witnessed it a little bit, right?
Yes,
Like
it is a
frogs?
full-on nature show.
Yeah.
When I was watching his house,
what
there was
happened?
bees buzzing around, pollinating
We had
the
literally
trees.
hundreds of bees right outside the window.
And then there was
As long as they're not wasps, because wasps are the worst.
There was a bird chasing a squirrel through his trees. Like this bird was pissed off, up and down the tree, and then the dogs were chasing the bird that was chasing the
What
squirrel.
happened? Tell me more about this because this might tie into where I'm going.
Oh no!
What was the squirrel doing to the bird?
Nothing. It was running away from the bird
Why was the bird pissed at the squirrel? What did the
because it
squirrel
was in
done?
it was in the bird's tree.
What was he
I
doing
think it
to
had
the bird's
fucked
tree?
its wife. The squirrel was fucking the pigeon
Okay,
wife.
since we're
That
here, I'm
bird
gonna
should be pissed.
I'm gonna get to it. Ooh, I like that split screen you got going there, Rune. I like that.
I'm in it too.
Okay, I go
Oh, it should be
outside
bigger.
today. I was working out of the house today, so I was taking some phone calls and dealing with some things and doing a little damage control. And I go outside, and I look down on the ground, and it's been since I was probably a teenager since I've dealt with one of the little baby birds that falls out of a tree without wings. I mean, without feathers.
Good eating.
And it's like it looks like it's it still looks like
They're
it could
practically
be
boneless
Yeah.
at that age.
inside of a womb somewhere, but it's
Yeah.
out. It's obviously been.
So you kept it warm in your butt?
So I tap it with my shoe. I didn't keep it warm in my butt. I tap it with my shoe, and it's dead, which I was actually kind of
You
almost
mean
thankful.
your shoe covering your foot, or you went and got a shoe?
I had a shoe on because I was
Okay.
outside. And I was
Because I
kinda-
thought that sounds horrible if you ran inside and grabbed a big shoe and came back out. Like it's a cockroach.
I was kind of thankful that it didn't move.
Yeah, seriously,
that-
because
then-
you'd might have to do emergency surgery on
I
that
used
baby.
we used to rear them. We'd find them all the time when I was a kid. My mom and I would we'd take care of them, and we put them in little shoe
Shoebox?
boxes. Yeah, and you put them in the oven and keep them warm, and you feed
The
them with a
oven?
little
Oh yeah,
put
you
it on
fire
warm.
that baby up and you put that bird in there.
One of
and
the
then
worst
Wrap them
memories
in a heated
pretty soon
blanket.
it smells
from my
like turkey.
childhood was my mom and my mom and my dad were in the kitchen, and we had one of these little baby birds that one of my cats had gotten, and my dad wanted to hold it. My mom was saying, "No, you can't right now. I'm trying to feed it." And my dad was like grabbing her, trying to get to it, and they were going back and forth. And it was like one of those after-school specials. The fucking thing fell out of my mom's hand while my dad was trying to get it, landed on the ground, broke its neck, and died.
Oh my
Did
god!
it get any flaps in?
And then
on the
my
way
dad
down?
yelled at my mom and said it was all her fault, and I was just sitting there. So
Did
maybe
it get like any flap? Did his
no
wings
flaps.
come
There's
out?
no fledgling flaps. So
Well, that bird. Well, you know what? That's called survival.
Did you
of
ever
the
notice that
fittest.
baby birds before they grow feathers, they look like penis skin?
that's what this one looked like.
Yeah, they look like penis
I
skin.
don't know if I noticed
They
that.
look more like raw turkeys.
Raw turkeys.
Yeah, they do.
Aren't turkeys raw
Not
normally?
when you cook them. They're
right,
no
but
longer raw.
an alive turkey is raw.
Raw turkey is in like a turkey or a chicken that's had its feathers removed. Anyways, so I see this goddamn little
Plucked
bird.
is the term.
Plucked. And it looks like it's been plucked and downsized. It looks like a midget
Downsized.
bird that's been plucked because it's a baby. All right?
Kind
Follow
of
me?
penis-like.
It was very upsetting to me. And I was thinking, God damn, having a backyard can suck. So it was
It's a lot of
upsetting.
responsibility.
I walk over to my patio on the side of the house.
You
'cause
could
I
always just throw that bird over to the neighbor's side, though.
had to go get something.
Oh, I had to walk over to my patio on the other side of the house.
I had to actually take a picture of the horrible lighting that's occurring to send to my landlord. Okay? Do you want to know the details, Tyler?
Yes, I do.
He's like, send me pictures of everything broken. So I spent the day taking pictures of everything.
Your
in the
heart?
house. Yeah. So I
Wait,
turned.
I have audio from your day.
Pretty good
All day
audio.
long.
That's a lot of stuff, and it's all in the same general area.
It's weird that you're using like old flash camera.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have one of those cards in your hat?
Can I finish the story?
It says press.
So I go around the corner to take
I love
a
that
picture
that's legit.
of the broken. I was wearing
Hey,
a
let me
hat
in on
smoking-
press. See?
on the press. Yeah.
smoking a cigar with my app. So I go around the corner and I take a picture of the broken fucking light. And what do I see? Another dead baby bird on the ground. This one covered in flies. Okay. Take a few more steps, and there's a fucking. You're about 10
I
seconds
know.
late.
I typed Drisma.
And there's a third one. A third one. All the way around the side of the house. They're all completely separated. So.
Suicide pact.
Tyler. So here's what happens, because I am a pap. I mean, in every sense of the word, especially in situations like this. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for the genocide.
You know what would be good for the show is if we found a little bird outside and kept it in a shoebox in here, and that was like the after disaster bird.
And then we split its tongue so it could talk.
What if we walk outside and there's dead birds tonight?
Disaster.
What's the most surgery you would ever do on an animal in your backyard?
Can I finish the story? Whatever's necessary. If it meant setting a bone, cracking open a chest and getting that little heart going with my thumb, I would do it. Whatever.
You got a 9-volt out, and you're like, bzzz, bird comes back to life. Thanks you.
So I'm
looks
a
at you,
pap.
thinks you're its mom, and you're stuck with it. Stanley's jealous.
Started crying. Okay. I'm on the side of my house and I'm crying, and I'm not even sure why I'm crying. I'm just so upset with these fucking dead birds that I start crying. And I'm not like openly weeping, but I am like crying.
Did you suspect? Did you look around and think one of the neighbor kids has a BB gun or something?
No.
He'd be really good to be shooting like baby birds.
There's these two guys that moved in next door to me. They're like two younger dudes. They have fucking parties, and it's like I'm living on Frat Row or something, and they're from Massachusetts.
These kids and their parties.
I haven't met them yet, but they're like probably late 20s.
I'll tell you right now, they did it.
No, that's not the point. That's not where I'm going. I'm in my backyard.
No, we're
crying.
gonna find out who killed these.
I'm
fucking
by myself
birds.
and I'm crying, and then I hear one of them like talking. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna look in their backyard. They're gonna hear me crying, a grown ass man in his backyard. Not sure why I'm crying because I'm by myself. So
right,
now
dude.
I'm stifling. I'm like.
Everyone in your family die in a house fire? No. There's some dead birds out here.
It's tears are streaming down my
stepped on
face.
a worm.
I'm running inside, and then I'm like closing the door behind me, and I'm like doing that dramatic thing that women do in movies where I'm leaning against the door.
Yeah, while the guy's right outside.
And there's 3 like hairless, featherless dead birds outside, like a crime scene. So long story short, I picked them up with a plastic bag and I buried them out in front of my yard.
Oh, did you put a little tombstone there?
No, I put it by a rock that was already there because it made it look like a tombstone. I dug through my wood chips.
Did you put a little sign that said 3 bird?
Did you?
What the fuck?
Did you take pictures of them and send them to your landlord? Like, and then there's this problem. Your fucking
bird.
birds are killing themselves.
There's a skinless, hairless bird infestation.
But here's the thing: they're untouched. There's no blood. There's no carnage. There's no shredded.
It's the perfect
tissue.
crime.
Do you think the squirrel did?
I wouldn't be surprised. I saw that squirrel. He looked like a dick.
So there's a war going on with the squirrel
The
and the
squirrel
bird.
could
Huh?
probably skin the bird if they can get a nut open.
Well, you know what Jillian does?
It's like assuming the squirrel's taking the time to pull the feathers off.
No, they're babies. They never even had feathers to take off.
Well,
They're
if they
just
did,
penis
the
skin.
squirrel probably would take them off.
Jillian says Stan probably killed them. I'm like, why would you say Stan killed them?
Did she say anything different about you acting differently around the birds?
Oh, you're back on that now.
What would you have done, Anderson, if after you found the third bird, you went
I feel
back?
bad because I made Misty feel really uncomfortable when I told that story. But hey.
Welcome to the crowd, Misty.
Yeah.
We all feel uncomfortable with every word that comes out of all of our mouths.
It's true.
Except for Tyler.
So go ahead,
He
Ty.
seems to be in control of his feelings.
What if when you'd walked around to then where the first bird was, it was gone, and then the second bird was gone?
What
What would you have thought?
If what?
After you found the third bird, and then you went back to the first bird, it was gone.
Yeah, and then I turned around and the other one was gone.
Yeah.
But then I turned around again and it was back.
Like a magic show. And then there were 3
It's
shells.
like Anderson's own
and they were
episode of
moving around on their own.
Twilight
You're like,
Zone. He's just
which one's
freaking
got the
out.
bird? The
Here's
bird
what I
thing,
don't like. I don't like that I openly sob at the sight of some dead little birds.
I gotta say, at first I was
Wait,
thinking...
isn't that a Bob Marley
that's
song?
Little,
Well, here's
Three
what's
little
funny though
birds.
too. Well, is that I
Why my
was
dog's dead.
genuinely scared that like these
Singing
guys
sweet songs.
these guys next door
Now
were
they're
gonna
dead on the floor.
I'll smoke some more weed.
me
And Anderson buried them.
cry. I was terrified, but now here I am talking to at least 15 people, telling everyone that I was crying.
At first I thought you were being you were being a little overly sensitive, but I remembered when I came down my stairs one time, and I may have brought it up here, there was a bird lying there in his, like he threw up. And when I came down, I scared him, and he kind of like got up and like hopped and then sat back down and threw up again. And I was like, oh no, something happened, and this bird's going to die right here. And my first thought, of course, was, I got to get this away from my driveway, so it's in someone else's driveway, so it's their problem.
Passing the buck.
I felt so bad. I went upstairs and I got a paper plate, a little plastic plate, and I put some water on it.
Tyler
and
could say passing the duck.
Tried to give the bird some water because I don't know what else to do for a bird. So I thought maybe he'll drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
And that scared him, and he forced himself to run off into the bushes. And I was like, he's probably dead. And then I felt so bad. I brought the bottle all the way to the bushes, like 25 yards, and set it down, and he flew away.
I like how Mike's like 25 yards. I walked.
25 yards.
25.
Well, it wasn't like 10 feet.
Did I ever
but
tell you
I,
the
it was-
time I walked 25
when I first saw the bird and I went back upstairs, I felt so bad and I was so friggin' heartbroken that I just knew I couldn't leave it there. Which is weird because I ignore the homeless guy at Alpha Beta or whatever that market is every single week now.
Albertsons.
Yeah.
Alpha Beta.
He's like, how you doing, sir? I'm like, can't talk. I'm too busy. I'm buying watermelon for my friends.
Yes. Never mind. All right. Okay.
What just happened?
I do feel bad. I don't like. That's the problem when you have property is that the outside world can
be a part of
get
your
into.
world.
Yes,
yeah. I miss that part of the apartment. Like I would have
That's
a fly in my
exactly
house
right.
every now and
And
again,
you're
and
like,
it would be
"Oh,
like
God."
wild safari time. Like
Dude,
I'd be chasing it out.
My cat goes crazy when there's just like the slightest little gnat. It's like he's in the jungle and he's so happy.
This is sort of off topic, but this is why I can't have a convertible.
We don't go off topic.
I can't have a convertible because I don't like being exposed
The
to
outside
nature.
world.
I don't want birds being able to get in my car. I don't like bugs being able to get in my car. And any they basically have free will now access to me when I'm driving around. A friggin' bird could just zero in right on my head anytime, any place if I have a convertible, which is why I like having a car with a solid roof. I also don't like wind
Solid
and
roof.
sun
Roof.
and loud noise.
All right, Mike's core temperature is cold, and he doesn't like nature.
Lately, it's cold. It wasn't always. I think it must be getting old.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't want to go camping.
By the way, did I tell you that I've been
Nature
going to breakfast at that
cold.
place, that old man place, and sitting at the bar and having oatmeal?
What is this?
No, it sounds horribly awesome.
Okay, I've been going to this like diner in the morning and getting oatmeal, fresh squeezed orange juice, and a coffee for the low price of $15. And I know, don't even fucking start because every time my bill comes,
Is this
I'm like,
where we had
how
waffles?
is this possible? No, it's
Oh,
on
the old-
Beverly. It's called Jan's.
Because we had waffles on Beverly.
No, that was
Waffles on Beverly
that
sounds
was
like a
hipster
horrible
place.
movie.
$42 for 3 waffles.
Yeah,
I
that
talked
was-
about it on the show.
But that was kind of a hipster
You know what?
place.
You know what Reggie gets for $42?
Yeah,
full
four-
slab of
four ribs.
He doesn't even buy them.
Yeah.
All right.
Gary Shandling forks out for his ribs. No, so I've been going to this place every day now, and it's become kind of. I'm like, oh, they probably recognize I'm the local now. And I sit down today and sat there for 5 minutes, and 3 people behind the counter, nobody made eye contact or waited on me, and I finally got the balls to get up and walk out.
Hell yeah, bro.
And now I think I ruined it there.
Yeah,
not
you
like I
can't
really
go back.
want to go back because there's other. I could walk to Norm's just as fast, and Norm's looks cooler.
Norm's is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Norm's is pretty great. Norm's is like a local. It's like a step below Denny's out here.
I think the orange juice is what's killing the price on the oatmeal coffee combo because I think that orange juice is like $6.
All right, Tyler was making reference to my Black Power shirt.
No, I
don't know
wasn't.
why.
I was the power for Mike. He said he was walked out, and I gave
Yeah.
him the fist of support, and you were like,
Thanks, man.
I don't get it. I don't really.
The
know
fist
why
of
we
support.
would do
You've heard
that.
of it?
No, I don't get that. I'm not on board
Fist
with that.
of support.
No. Mm-mm. So,
Ladies, I support you.
yes, he does in many ways.
It was more like this. Now that we have video.
all right. That's actually how you're supposed to do it, apparently.
That's actually the Black
Oh,
Power
really?
Now,
thing.
did you wear a cast? Did we get over this? Did we talk about
It was
this? After
it
you
was
broke
like an
your arm
inflatable.
fisting?
It was like it
And
wasn't.
what did you tell people when they asked you what happened? Because everyone does. As soon as you have a cast or anything on your arm
Let's
or a
change
sling.
the topic. Let's change the topic.
Do you realize you're going to become, you're not there yet, but you're on your way to becoming that old man that just like storms out of restaurants because
Yeah.
you don't like the service.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Lady,
see
I
that guy
fisted
sometimes.
people younger than you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I fisted people faster than this service.
people before you.
Faster than you took my order for coffee.
Oh,
I got 4 fingers and 3
Mike,
quarters of a
Mike,
thumb inside of a woman.
You need to burn a copy of the show and go back in and leave it on the counter at that place.
Might the Anderson method of payback.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, neighbor. By the way, here's an episode of the show where I whine like a 10-year-old about how noisy you stomp.
By the way, $15, really? $15 for your oatmeal?
Well, it was like 13. It was like 12.90 something, and I left 15 as a tip.
Oh, what a deal.
No, it was like, yeah, that was it.
It's a recession and you're eating oatmeal.
Yeah.
In a recession, and you're paying $15.
Hey, well, try getting a lunch that will fill you up at Whole Foods. You know what? I don't want to badmouth this place, because I really enjoy it, and it's next door to my office, and I eat there often. And the guy who owns it's become a friend.
But you're
and
gonna
I
do it
like him a lot.
anyways, aren't you?
No, there's a little.
You're gonna get people fired.
There's
You
a
can't
little-
help yourself. If you're friends with the owner, you're going to bring this up.
There's a little boutique cafe next door to my office, and I
Okay.
go over there a lot. And it's got a different menu, different specials all the time. And every single time I fall for the salad, which they claim is delicious, it is nothing but the most boring salad I've ever put in my mouth ever, and it's $11 or $12. I'm like, this is the worst most boring ass salad.
But you do it every time.
Yeah, but
Why do you keep getting it?
Well,
Because
because
he's
a few
that guy
times
that
I've stumbled.
touches things
No,
over and over. Ow.
a few
Ow.
times
Ow.
I need a
I am that
girlfriend.
guy.
I need a girlfriend.
I am that guy. But a few times I've ordered stuff there not knowing what it was, and it was some of the best, like that corn salad.
Mike and I realized that we were both like the same kind of stupid when we were in Death Valley together. And there was like some really hot Syrian metal. It was like 110 degrees. Remember when we went to that outdoor museum of old like mining equipment?
Oh, what's that?
And we were like, both of us at the same time. We didn't even say anything to one another, but both of us
Just
wanted to test to see if it was
it.
hot. No, we didn't just touch it. Like we both grabbed it. Like, let's see if this is hot. Full on grab. Clutch. And then we were with our friend Mickey, who was like Mr. Like I think everything through, and I'm very like idealistic or logical. And we both laughed about how stupid we were with our singeing, burning hands, palms.
Yeah.
And then Mickey's like, really? You know, I was wondering the same thing, and I actually did the back of my hand very quickly.
Because that was a good
That's
point.
not how he talks at all.
We're so stupid.
nerve.
It's like, is that a hot pan? Both of us are fighting to get our hand in it. It's like, how hot is that?
These metal like rings were coming off of this thing for mining, and we
Well, you
both
see,
grabbed
there
them
actually
together.
supports used on the side of the cart when you're
I'm gonna
pushing it
tell
down
you,
the rail.
There is no even pretend. I think this show we've all been pretty honest here, and I've mentioned many times that I'm stupid, and nothing is more telling than the fact that I heard a noise in my engine compartment, and the belt is spinning around, and I tried to touch it real fast to see if it was while it was going. I didn't do it, but I was just gonna hit it real fast to see if it's.
Why is there a belt in your glove compartment?
No, in my engine compartment.
Oh, your engine
Yeah, there was
compartment.
like a grindy noise, and I wanted to. I thought
No.
I'm like, oh, it must be the water pump. And then when
I'm picturing Mike touching it and making contact, and he just sucked it into the engine, like whole.
it could have done that. It could have done that. But
It could've.
when I drove to Orange County because I had to go back to my same mechanic. By the way,
Wait, let me guess. He sucks. He overcharges. But you go.
he
You've
does
been going to him for
overcharge,
years.
but I like this guy. So you guys ever changed a headlight yourself? I have many
Yeah.
times. Makes you feel like a
Makes
man.
you feel like a man.
Yes. So here's the problem.
I usually drink beer right afterwards.
I
What's
changed
my dirty hand?
I changed the taillight.
Fist of support.
Anderson goes, just go buy a taillight, change it tomorrow. You're gonna feel like a man. It's gonna make your day. I drove over the hill, went to the auto parts store, got the taillight, changed it in the parking lot. Felt great.
You felt like a man.
My headlight burned out the next day. Didn't realize it till I was in that crazy rainstorm Sunday night driving home. Just
Oh, I remember you were talking
Flurry.
about how upset you were.
so I drove back over to the auto parts store, bought the headlight. It's nearly impossible to get access to it. I can see it where it snaps out and you put a new one in, but you have to remove the entire ABS system.
Oh no.
And
How
so
is
I,
that even like?
What is ABS?
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I
Anti-lock
drove.
brake system?
Yeah, I drove to my
Really? Is that
mechanic.
what it is?
It's the anti-Bible system.
Abs?
Yeah, I drove to my mechanic in Orange County, frantic, and he removed the entire system and a couple of other things. And that's when I told him, I think my water pump's going out. And he goes, why'd you think that? And I go, I heard a noise. And he goes, where's it coming from? I go, I don't know. It was inside the car. I heard it. And I think it's from the right lower half. And he's like, how can you tell? I'm like, I don't know. Just look. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking
He's
about.
like, why is your
So what
fingerprint
happened?
on the belt?
The reason I think it was
What
that.
happened? Was it your water?
No, he doesn't know what it is. He thinks it's the belt tensioner. That's what I was trying to touch.
I don't care
I know this has gotten really
about.
boring.
Okay, here.
I should have
I'm
canceled
glad
the show
that you went
45
down here,
minutes
though.
ago when we
Listen,
thought we were going to.
You know how we joke around? We call this show. We actually had a show entitled "White People's Problems" or something like that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Mike, this might make you sound like white more than you should, but last Sunday we had a security guard here.
I'm Italian, by the way.
We were out in the parking lot, and you were going on and on about your headlight being out and how upset you were. Did I tell you that it was out? Was it me that told you?
No, that was my taillight.
Okay. Oh yeah, you were really upset about that, but you're also really upset about your headlight last week.
Yeah.
Earlier in the night,
Correct,
in the
Mundo.
same parking lot, I was talking to our security guard who's here right
Yeah,
now.
he's the guy that used bamboo to tie your license plate back
No,
on.
not that
No,
security
that's
guard.
a Ziff.
No, a Sifa.
Sifa.
No, the black guy who's out there right now. His name's Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Same parking lot, having a conversation with him. You were much more upset about your headlight being out, and I'm not just saying that. You were much more upset than Mike was when I asked him how he was doing. He said, "Oh, not that good." And I said, "Why? What's up?" Well, my dad died last week.
Yeah, it's all
while I was gone.
perspective.
Dad died last week, and then this morning, got my girlfriend cheating on me.
Oh,
What? I didn't know that.
no, really?
We lived together, and how long have you been together? 9 years. So your dad dies, and now your girlfriend's cheating on you. Much less upset than your headlight.
Here's the thing about
Much
that.
less upset.
And Mr.
First of all,
Carano's
isn't he
lying.
Much
the
more
guy-
composed.
Isn't he the guy that's talking about all the girls he bangs?
No,
and
that's
stuff?
a Sifa.
Okay. All right,
That's
then
the
I feel
Ethiopian guy. I'm talking
No,
about.
no,
Okay, now I
that's
feel
black-
terrible.
that's Reggie
I know,
who's banging.
but I build everything up until it's life and death. By the way, speaking of funerals, I'm supposed to be at a funeral tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning in Arizona,
Good luck.
and my plan was to nap all
Can
day.
you Skype in?
Send him a
leave
copy of
here.
this as your condolences.
That doesn't make sense.
This show.
That would.
I'm sorry, guys.
Why
I
do you
couldn't
want
be there. Prior
people
engagement.
to just leave copies of the show
Funeral
everywhere?
reviews. Yeah. Everybody, give this show to people at funerals to cheer them up.
Okay,
and then
this is
have
my
them
third
send
funeral
reviews.
review. As usual, very sad.
Here's how you
No,
preface
not
it.
reviewing a funeral.
You hand them you hand the bereaved a copy of our show and say, well, at least the deceased
didn't
will
have to
never
hear
have
this.
to hear this.
At least
At
he
least he doesn't have
died
to
before
live in a
his-
world where this exists.
Yeah, well, you never know. Would have.
Headlight or dead dad and cheating girlfriend of 9 years?
I know. Anderson.
Well, to
we
be
all
fair, you
know
have to
it.
remove the ABS to get to the headlight. That's a bit of
I
a pain.
fully
You know
understand
what
that
the
on
after
paper
disaster
my
is?
problems are very minimal compared to people's real problems. I fully understand.
But they're the
that.
only problems he knows.
Yeah, they are. Like tonight, by the way, my problem
got you,
was
bro.
I had my new $10,000 printer dropped off yesterday, and I had to go in today. And
Ew, don't talk
I had
about
to
things
go
like
in
that.
today and figure out how to get the operating system to work with it, and it was very frustrating. It was like
DOPS?
45 minutes,
Guys, do you know how much better this show's going to be once one of us wins the Mega Millions?
and it's only two of us.
Hey,
doing
Tyler,
the
you know
show?
when you like chime in with like a voice and it's kind of like spot on?
Mm-hmm.
How about you just stick with that?
Whoa. Like doing my voice?
No, a good one. Hey, does your friend want to tell some stories there over your shoulder?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who outran a tornado last week.
Bring him in.
I don't buy it. Rune, I didn't like that edit. It was too quick. It gave me a seizure. It's giving me a seizure. It
Bring
looks like
him
I'm
in.
morphing into Mike. I don't like it.
You guys kind of are morphing into each other.
Bring in the chick.
If you guys
too.
became an old gay couple together,
That'd be
you
kinda
guys
awesome.
would end up
That'd
looking
be kinda
so
sweet.
similar, I bet.
we would be shut up, little man.
Oh, hey, new Film Vault up available. We had John Cho on. John Cho, who is Harold from Harold and Kumar, turned out he was a very nice guy. Very
Not
good
to
guy.
be confused.
We did top 5 under 5s, so Mike Carano will definitely be downloading that one.
Yes, I will.
Top 5 under 5s.
That sounds like I'm on KFI, like plugging some bullshit item. And I love this insurance company.
Christian, welcome to the program.
Greetings, guys. Good to be here.
What's happening?
Christian is not only a friend of Tyler's, but he's also one of the only guys who I know of who's Jewish and named Christian.
Oh, really? Is that true?
Actually, that is a farce.
Oh, it's a
Could have been true, though.
Wow. Please leave the big words to me, Christian. That's kind of my corner of the market.
that I was at your bar mitzvah. So tell us more about this tornado that you. This sounds like a real interview. Okay.
Well, don't tell us more. Tell us anything about it, because we know. Tell us more.
No, we heard a little bit from Ty. Tyler, that's not going to happen.
This is
Superman
live
will not
from
be
the
flying.
Reporting live from the scene as Christian, the Christian Jew, is running.
Outrunning the tornado. Yeah.
You know, why don't Jewish people ever name their kids Jew?
They might
What the hell?
I don't know. That's a
Christian
completely
people
viable option.
Name their kids Christian.
gotta get right up on that microphone.
Oh, the ignorance on the show is so vapid.
Because Jacob is so much popular.
Jacob.
So much popular.
How about Mordecai? Need to get a little bit more Mordecai up in there.
I like that name, though. It sounds devilish.
Do you think that like 100 years from now, kids are going to be like named after wrestlers of today or the 80s?
Why,
I can't think of
why
any
would
of
that even happen?
Why?
I don't know.
Why would they name him after Twilight characters more so than
this
wrestlers?
is The Rock. It's his first day of kindergarten.
I can see that.
Tell him what you're cooking, honey.
Watch out for Triple H over there.
I can see it. Okay. I'm sorry. The tornado. Where were you where there was a tornado?
Well, I actually just got back from a cross-country road trip. Flew out to Chicago. And
Chi-town, the
ended
Windy
up buying
City.
a van and got picked
City
up.
of Angels, the Big Apple.
You bought a van?
I bought a van. Yeah, I got picked up from the airport by the dealer. Bought a van. I
Did
drove
he
cross
deal the
country.
drugs out of the van?
All this sounds really shady. Got picked up by the airport by the dealer. I bought a van.
And he cleaned out a bank.
Extremely shady. Yeah.
Did you hit the inside of that van with a black light first to see who's been killed in there?
Is it one of those windowless rape vans?
Basically,
Does it have a teardrop?
It's the Mercedes, like the big.
Oh, that's great. A Sprinter?
Yeah, it's a
They're
Sprinter.
awesome.
So I bought a Sprinter. They're
Nice.
awesome.
For what?
I mean,
Mike is.
I
No, I
genuinely
love Sprinters.
excited.
I want to have a motorhome
no.
conversion based on a Sprinter.
This
I
is
love
the
those
guy
things.
that has the. Christian is the guy with the trailers who
Oh,
lived up in
because
the
I look
gypsy
at Sprinters
camp.
all the time.
Yeah,
I love those
Sprinters
trucks.
are amazing, and after
Yeah.
buying my first one, I'm totally sold on it. And I picked it up with the intention
Whenever you
of
drive it, are you sprinting?
I mean, you are commanding such respect with this vehicle. You are basically
Amongst
just
the
a
van
step,
crowd, by the way, not with
step-
everybody else on the planet.
just a step below semi-drivers in terms
Yeah,
of
you
like,
are,
your
because it's
level.
great.
And
Plus,
it's
it gets good mileage.
30 miles to the gallon all the way across the country.
How?
Yeah. With the,
And it can
the
outrun
biggest
tornadoes,
van.
apparently. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I was coming down through Des Moines. I basically made stops all the way across
Pronounced
the
Des
country.
Moines, by the way. Des Moines.
Picking up furniture and whatnot, and we were having really foul weather through Des Moines.
I gotta ask.
Speaking of birds,
why are you picking up furniture and buying sprinters in the middle of the country? What kind of life do you live, sir?
Well,
and why are you friends with Tyler?
Yeah. That is a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to vacation Bible school together. We've been together ever since.
Really?
Basically, what kind of
I've
shit
been
are you trying to pull?
long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it really
Sunday
vacation
school
Bible
days, like
school,
when
really?
we were like, we can get into it. How Christian didn't like me.
That was like OG.
Christians or Christian?
OG?
No, Christian. Well, not that he
least
didn't like
like,
me.
what,
He went to school with all the
15
kids
years?
that went to.
So you
Christian
guys are
school
like
and I
the
didn't.
earlier version of Anderson and Roon.
No,
I
don't get
don't
that
know
reference.
that.
Wait,
Perhaps. Anyways,
Christian school, really?
no, Sunday school
Sunday school.
on Sundays.
Yeah, it's a
How do your
drag.
parents get away with it? Didn't you say, hey, guys, 6 days a week, bit too much?
How do you still like your parents?
What do you mean
after
6?
This?
I didn't have 6 days a week.
You went to school
I went to public
5 days,
school. Yeah.
and then you went to Sunday school 6.
Yeah, that's different. You learn about Jesus and David throwing rocks at Goliath.
Can't learn how many times you have to read a regular book to understand that.
I watched
What?
the... Okay. All right.
Can't you just read the Bible once and you already know it?
When the tornado was coming after you, did you think it was God's wrath?
no, that didn't come across my mind. But essentially, having
So
bad
apparently you weren't
weather
paying
through
attention in
Des
Sunday school
Moines,
then, right?
You know,
We're such dicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Chris.
no, honestly, that would have been a good thought, but wasn't thinking it. Anyways,
Were you praying?
no, I wasn't.
Oh, what did they teach you in Sunday school? I thought they
Christ.
told
What
I
a
thought
total
Sunday school was all
wash this
about
was.
teaching you to pray.
Just-
I know,
just
holy
the week-
shit.
just the week
When else
before-
would you pray if you're in a
Good point. That's a valid point.
Okay, then these
That
three
is-
serial
that is
killers have
true.
been cornered in this dark alley in a closed down abandoned city. Praying now? Nope, not yet.
I only got one, and I ain't gonna waste it.
I was a little concerned. I mean, just the week before, there had been tornadoes through that part of the country.
Yes.
and,
You know what? I was
about
on the
15, 20 people died. You know,
yeah,
I mean,
it was serious shit.
and so I'm cruising in the Sprinter. You know, I've got a decently full load. No, it's bogging down a little bit, and I'm seeing this funnel cloud developing probably about, I don't know, maybe 30 miles behind me in my rearview mirror, and I'm watching it.
What is
for
a funnel
like,
cloud? For those of I know what it is, but I mean, some
essen-
people.
essentially,
For those at home.
you
Looks
know,
like a funnel?
The beginning
Why is it
of
called
a
a funnel
tornado
cake? That's the real
before
question.
before it's touching down.
Okay, back to it.
So
It's like in the sky, and it looks
Yeah.
like, to answer Mike's question real quick, because they use a funnel to pour the dough into the frying pan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The more you know.
So yeah, essentially,
I just looked so smug because I knew that. I just
you know,
saw-
and- wait, I got this one.
I'm sorry, Christian.
No worries, man. Yeah, you know, just kind of cruising down there and just getting a little bit uncomfortable.
And you had furniture in the back.
Had furniture, yeah.
Were you
so
by yourself in the van?
by myself? Yeah.
If someone was in the van with you, would you have had them open the back doors and throw out some of the furniture to
lighten the load.
lighten the load?
So you can get that extra
Jet-
3 miles an hour.
Yeah, starting to jettison fuel.
I like the idea of that.
Yeah, you
Throw
know,
all of
And
it
then
out.
you get
Get
killed
all
when
of it.
the foot of a chair goes through your
They're getting
windshield.
sucked up into the
Yeah.
funnel.
And then Christian has to go back and kick the guy out.
You know,
He's
what would
like,
be the
I'm
best
sorry.
is if you happen to have a big plywood cow, and that came out
Like a
when I was flying
decoy?
through the air.
So it looked like what's that movie? Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, but it just seems like it
Oz.
would be a plywood cow more than a real cow.
yeah, I was far enough down the road that it really wasn't a big deal. But
Can you hear it?
Really? Tyler sold it as
Yeah, you
I
can.
have booked someone who's cheated death. This man is going to tell you a story like none other you've ever heard.
well, I had plenty of encounters with people trying to get in my van.
Oh, really?
Ah.
Why?
Because
Like
I
to
was,
live?
I was
It's like
sleeping in the van
zombies.
the whole trip.
It's like Walking Dead.
So I set up a
They're
little.
trying to break into it?
Yeah, I set up a little camper.
Oh, I thought you meant on the side of the road. They're begging you and clinging to the side. Please take us. And
No,
it's like, tornado suckers.
in both Walmart parking lots and truck stops. So
Two
essentially,
scary places.
I made a little camper section in the van, and I had like a little shower. So I was doing showers in the Walmart parking lot in the morning. You know, just like,
Wait, you had
do
a
you
little
shower?
shower, or the truck came with a shower?
so.
What?
In kind of a bizarre series of events, I came upon this self-contained shower system that's propane powered, and it has integrated.
What are you
like
showering with fire?
no.
Jesus Christ.
The
For
ultimate
water?
sterilization.
So there's this little snorkel.
One-time
thing.
use only.
Yeah. There's this little snorkel that sucks up water from, you can put in a bucket or whatever, and it has this integrated propane
Like a generator
thing.
or something as well?
Not really. You just light the thing, and it gives you instant 120-degree water coming out of this little,
Cut to
faucet.
Mike and Anderson going, I wonder how hot it is, and grabbing it.
Yeah, seriously.
Let me let this stuff hit me on the butt cheeks. Because my butt cheeks are sensitive to high
Someone
pressure.
get that drop, please.
My butt cheeks are sensitive to high heat. Like when I get in the shower and it's hot water and it burns my butt cheeks first.
Do they get all rosy
What are you
and pink?
talking about?
When I get in the shower and I forget to turn the cold on, and it's very cold. I walk in with my back to the shower head because I don't want it to burn.
I would like to hear
my chest and my penis.
The shower.
You don't want it to burn your baby bird skin.
Parking lot story.
Your
Tyler,
back is probably the most
I got to get one of these
sensitive part,
showers.
No, it's not. The back has much less sensitivity.
My armpits, my eyelids, much more sensitive.
It's all because we're set up. We're designed to move forward. So
bottom of my feet.
Feel the pain.
That is true. That is true.
I got to get one of these portable. I just was going to say a suitcase shower.
Mike will
like
buy
it came
it.
in a suitcase.
He'll keep it in his apartment for no reason
get
at all.
smart.
He'll never use it.
It's called
and then when he
it's
moves,
called the hot tap.
When he moves, he'll destroy it and put it out in the street.
That's
how
funny.
Mike rolls.
Hey, I was cleaning out my office to make room for this new stuff I just bought. And I took the 2 G3s outside and I was throwing them in the dumpster. And someone goes, "Hey, I'll recycle those for you, man." I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh, I thought for sure you were going to say, "No, thank you," and then you're going to screw
No, I was going to say that.
But Mike, with one of those hot taps and the Sprinter van, you will command such respect and be nearly invincible.
Really?
I mean,
I got to be honest with you. I've never wanted to command respect until now, and now it's my new goal. It's called the hot tap.
The hot tap.
When are you going to use this?
Everywhere you go, people give you the fist of support just on the street as you drive
stop
by.
it with your fisting of support, Mike. I don't know why, but I take you as someone in the system. Tell me if it's true or not. You're a little scared of your own shower at home, just like getting inside the shower. I mean,
Burns his butt cheeks, bro.
Right?
Why would I be scared of it?
I don't know, because it might be too hot, or there might be like a daddy long legs in there or something. Or I mean, I can just see
120 degrees is delightful, though.
Yeah.
I can see you as having problems taking showers at home.
Well, this
Taking a
shower,
shower
this
in the home.
propane-powered shower, that's just my new primary shower. Don't tell me we're not going to go in the parking lot and I'll take showers next week.
Reggie would be so jealous. Reggie's like, "Hey, you can't take showers."
We just aim it at him. We just take that propane thing and point it at him.
Reggie butt cheeks first.
Why did you and Tyler hate each other in Bible school?
Wait, we're not even done.
What's that?
Really? There's more to it.
Here's the thing about tornadoes
Did we
that
get to the point where people break in?
No, we didn't get to that point.
Well,
yet.
I've heard of people getting trapped in
Were they
tornadoes
pedophiles?
before, and I've met people that have been in tornadoes. But and people that have been in the eye of the tornado. But in my head, and I've never been in one.
Was it Bill Pullman?
I imagine you can be in the eye of the tornado, and you have to constantly guess which way it's going and go with it, like like in your van.
In your van.
Yeah.
The whole trip, I had the idea though that if I fill the van up with enough heavy shit, I'd be able to.
You'd be anchored.
I'd be able to take the tornado.
That's not how it works. I don't think it works that way.
That was the idea.
If you're moving
Have you
west.
seen Wizard of Oz? There's a full fucking house.
Do you guys think there was a storm chasers van and or plane at some point that?
But I'm talking about depleted uranium.
Didn't have
in
like
terms of density.
Weather sensing equipment on board. They just built it and they're like, "Let's go check it out." They're like, "This is stupid." It's flying in a tornado, nothing on there to gauge anything.
No,
so sleeping
so.
in the van. I was in a truck stop in Slegman, Arizona, which is outside of Bullhead City, about an hour. Slegman.
Oh.
And it's apparently the birthplace of Route 66, which is kind of interesting.
It doesn't make sense
tidbit.
since it's Chicago to Santa Monica.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
It started
they've got
there
a
and went
big-
both ways
They've got
now.
a big
Okay,
ass
got it.
sign saying that though.
But anyone can
They
put
just
that
made
sign
it up.
Which two freeways banged to get? And who got pregnant?
What?
I wish I wouldn't have used
Route
that term
66.
"banged" earlier because I don't like it, and I said it.
It's Bill Paxton, not Bill Pullman. That's what I was trying to say earlier because of tornado.
Did you go to Tombstone when you were there?
Twister.
No, I didn't.
Can we get to the
cool, you
point
should've.
where people are? Is it horny kids breaking into your van because they think it's you got a pedophile van?
All kinds of really sketchy characters are hanging out at truck stops in
Yeah,
the middle
lot
of the night.
lizards.
Lot lizards.
It's hard to command respect when your lock is broken.
Yeah,
Right?
Indeed.
What?
You're commanding respect in your Sprinter van.
Well, yeah, my
When
van.
the window is broken, it's hard to command respect from the
That's
truck
true.
drivers.
Yeah, indeed. The back doors.
You know what you need to command
the
more
back-
respect? Those Yosemite Sam mud flaps to say "back off."
I hate those. I haven't seen those in years.
Me neither.
No,
I'm
they're-
happy
No,
about
no.
They're
The
out
worst,
there, though.
the worst is the one with the 3 guys on it. Those 3 stupid
Oh, yeah.
Hispanic gentlemen who are like.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
it's
about.
great though.
One of them has a mustache. and
Whatever
horrible
company they
glasses.
own is there. That's fantastic advertising, even though none of us know what it is.
Yeah, great advertising.
I saw
Let's
an
get them
article.
as a sponsor on the show.
I saw an online article. I think I brought it up on the show a year and a half ago. The guy who claims that his mom was the inspiration for that original woman silhouette, and he sort of had proof to back it up. That
Well,
his
she's
dad
made of silver.
Did the first one to she sleeps like that with her leg up.
She just stays in that position 24/7.
It's weird that truckers run the gamut between having that and then I see a lot of them now that say Jesus is not a swear word.
Yeah.
Like the entire side of the truck says that.
What is a swear word? Jesus is not a fuck? Is that what it says? What is a swear word?
Yeah. It just says Jesus is not a swear word.
Yeah, but what swear
Okay.
word?
Who's breaking into your? Is it? Let's get back to the breaking into. Christian.
Either a lizard or just a completely deranged character in the middle of the night. Maybe
So you're
about
sound asleep.
4:30.
Why are lot lizards considered to
Wow.
be lower class of prostitute than regular old streetwalkers?
Because they bang strictly truck drivers who have.
They're trucker fuckers.
That's where you're good, right there. Keep it to that.
All
What's
right.
interesting is
Noted.
they apparently crawl all over the trucks. I mean, that's where the name is derived.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like a lizard.
Like that's the sexual act that they do. Is like the crawling on the.
I mean, they're very aggressive.
Crawl
I
up
mean,
that saddle.
I would get
Like lizards?
I would get knocks on the door.
Never had a lizard even try to.
What do they
attack me.
say? Do they say like, "Hey, you got any smokes?
No, I mean they're much more direct.
You suck your cock for $1?"
Yeah,
$1?
They say,
How much? What was the
something
price?
like
We're
something
making a
along the
road
lines
trip.
of "I'll suck
It's
your
a
pickle
recession.
for a nickel."
That's what he says all the time. Tyler says it all the time. For a nickel.
For a nickel.
Where is this? I want to go. I don't care what they look
For
like.
for
a
science,
nickel, that's a
Jillian.
good deal.
For
No,
science.
but just 'cause she
All
knows that I'm very
across middle
frugal,
America.
and I like a good deal.
You tell Jillian, she just hands you $1. She's like, Jesus, fine. Save me some time.
It's 20 for a buck. I could get 20. Oh, no, they probably got a deal, right? I
Tyler,
could probably get like 25
Jesus
for a
is
buck.
not a swear word.
Sorry. What swear word?
Shit.
I don't know.
Is the swear word shit? Is that what it was? I don't get it. Why are you censoring yourself? Jesus is not a
Can
what?
I say that tornadoes will be much more frightening than an earthquake?
Sure.
Sure, you can say anything.
Because things
you
can
like.
blow in your eyes. Like wind can blow dirt in your eyes.
Things
What
could
about the
shake in your
plaster?
eyes,
Yeah,
though.
plaster could
True.
dust like on top. Of
And you're right. You
Show
could
me.
get dust in your eyes
With the
from the
earthquake?
plaster.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like the idea of wood flying at my face.
I'll suck your pickle for a nickel.
You'd do terrible in a gangbang.
My dad's
It's
an
not
asshole.
flying.
My dad's an asshole.
It could be like swinging towards you briskly.
I love my
Oh,
dad.
really? You think people don't have like common sense and have a little bit of romanticism during a gangbang?
None. I've seen.
You think
Penis
some guy's
coming
just
through.
swinging his dick right at me? I'm like, oh, I didn't know I'd get into
There's a new
this.
kind of Japanese porn that I've stumbled across by mistake.
Thanks
Somebody
to your
sent it
dad?
me. Somebody sent it to me, and it's women being fondled on public transportation. And there's hundreds of videos.
And they're all
of this.
professionals?
I believe so. Yeah, it's all like staged, but I think that it is actual public transportation. I do think that it's real in that sense. And
That's
the girl's
creepers,
just standing
man.
there, holding
Creepers.
on to the like the whatever, the railing or I don't go
Yeah.
on public transportation except for once a year, and I talk about it on the show. But like they're holding on to the pole or whatever, and then like 3 or 4 dudes will just like start getting closer and closer to her, and then they'll start like
So it's like a rape thing
kind of. But she just sits there and takes it.
What,
She doesn't even
what
say
website
stop.
is that?
because they're timid.
Wait,
called Nickel Pickle.
that's why women ride the transportation
.com.
for free
You know
in
what?
Japan, right?
Mhm.
It's part of the deal.
That's part of the deal, Tyler.
Need to give them the support fist.
No, in that situation, it's not good.
Japan's a weird place. They got the used panties there in the old vending machines.
Is it Japan or China that was in the news today
Chinese
for
food? It's China.
those eggs that they soak in young boys' pee and they cook them in the pee? They're like one of the biggest hot foods to
Sounds
eat
like
now.
Thailand, man.
No, it's China or Japan.
Okay.
They collect the urine from boys under 10 and then they soak the eggs in the urine for a day and then they boil it in the urine. And they had a lot of testimonials
Under
on the
10.
news today. People talking about how great it is and it makes their joints and they're really spicy and they're good. And
I'm all for that because you know what? Usually in
someone needs to look this up to
You're
back me
all
up on
for
this.
that?
Because usually in cultures like I'm not
I'm
gonna
all for
say
other people in
which
other countries doing weird stuff. Makes
cultures,
us seem better.
Usually whatever heals
Us,
cures
like we're a team.
cures you is usually like someone they'll find the most endangered tiger and
Yeah.
they'll be like crush up its penis and inject
Yep.
it into you and you'll cure yourself. It'll
Yeah.
make you more virile. It's
They
always
just do that because they
endangered.
think the
You
person
notice
will
that?
die trying to kill the
A
tiger.
lot of 10-year-old boys.
It's probably also there has to be some voodoo involved where you think that what's the craziest thing I can think of to do? There's got to be something good. You know what I mean? You have to think something good. It's like climbing Everest. Like you probably think you're going to accomplish something or achieve some mental and physical goal when you get to the top, but really nothing changes. It's probably the same thing. You know,
Bring me a
I'm
Yeti's
going
a
to capture
butthole.
a silverback gorilla, remove its penis, cook it, and eat it.
At least you cooked it. All right, we still haven't heard about someone breaking into the
You kind of have. I'd like to hear
No,
more.
we didn't.
My problem with this is ruining my entire motorhome fantasy and traveling around the country in a motorhome
China,
or a
by the way.
Sprinter van, to be
The
honest.
egg-
Was
the
it
egg-
China?
the boy egg. China.
Because I don't like the fact that people are going to try to break into my cool Sprinter van.
Do you think they're going to have that on menus out here?
I hope
for Chinese
not.
restaurants?
Where are they going to get the pee?
From boys?
Most people that I
have
know.
them here.
It's going to be synthetic.
Yeah, but they're going to have a special vat to collect the pee.
Look at the way they do it in China. Apparently, is they just put buckets on the side of the road.
Oh my God! Jesus.
What?
We're looking at the picture
They
right now.
do.
You just drop by and have a whiz and then take
Apparently.
off?
It's actually at an elementary school, I think. It
Oh,
looks like-
so like the bootleg version is just like old dudes peeing into
Okay,
a bucket?
what you're looking at
That's
there,
the
the
cheap
elementary
version.
school, that is not the professional. Those are not the companies that make the pea-soaked eggs.
Yeah, the middle of the
Those
egg's
are-
all yellow.
Well, it is
Ew.
anyway.
What?
It always
Yeah.
is. That's the
They
joke,
soak
Kevin.
it in pea for like
No, that's a
hours
yolk.
and hours, and then they cook it for hours, and then they soak it
That yolk's
again
not
after they
funny.
take the shell off.
That is
Why do you know so
bizarre.
much about this? Mike, why are you like 10-year-old boy?
Mike has a
soaked-
PhD in pea eggs.
How much do they cost?
I don't. They cost like 23 or 24 cents each.
Dude, you could get 4 blowjobs for that from a hooker at a
true.
lot lizard.
You're not going to get any nutrition from that. First of
She
all, I've
is.
never had any kind of sexual relations with a hooker, and I don't ever plan on doing it.
I ever tell you about the hooker in the car story? Yeah, I did, right?
I have a hooker in the car story too that we definitely both told our
Ever tell you
stories.
about the hooker in the trunk story?
All right, I want to hear about the lot lizard in the Sprinter.
Yeah, so this has been a wild tangent here. I'm enjoying my time though. You guys are. You guys are
Christian
some
is
fun
a
cats,
is a
you know.
fan of the show, actually.
Christian,
The show came
How
with
old are
me
you, by
across
the
the
way?
country. I'm
Did
gonna be
it?
26.
You listened
This month.
Were you listening to the show when the lot lizards were trying to crack into your Sprinter?
I wasn't. I was trying to get you guys, across the country live. Well, not this show, but Loveline. But I had
Jesus
you guys
Christ.
on podcast, so yeah, it was a good time. I probably listened to maybe 30 episodes.
are you gonna? Is that Sprinter gonna be
Wow.
your daily
It's a
driver?
long ass drive.
Is that Sprinter gonna be your
Made
driver,
longer
or are
by
you
our
just-
show.
I bought it. I'm going to resell it and keep doing this, like over and over. Keep buying the Sprinters in the Midwest and moving them to LA because they're about 40% soft in the Midwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you pay for that baby?
I'm about 40%
11.5.
Wait,
soft
so
right
this
now.
is how you make money?
35.
11.5.
Oh, holy smokes! Are you serious?
So I had to go 11.5 cash.
How
And
many
then,
miles were on that?
Tell him about the bank.
About 160.
Oh, that's
Wait
a
a
lot,
minute, then you
right?
sell them for much more out here?
Sell them for 40% more.
Why are you saying this on this little show? I know we don't have a lot
Oh,
of
do you think our
listeners,
listeners are really going to run out there and grab the Sprinter,
I'm
Sprinter market?
seriously considering quitting Loveline
The
tomorrow.
people who would consider doing it don't have the flexibility of time to be able to do it. So I mean, that's
So you
really
have
like
some kind of
well-
a shapeshifter device.
If you're going to make 4Gs, you could do that once a month. That's not a bad living.
yeah. I mean, do you have the flexibility of time to be able to cruise out and do
Well,
it?
I will when I quit Loveline. You're going to see me.
You should do it,
You're
man.
laughing, but you're going to see me. I'm going to be buying it
Sprinters-
right out underneath you.
It's great.
Where
Man.
we all
You
show
guys
up
be
to the same
racing
dude's
away from
house.
tornadoes.
But anyway, I couldn't fly with that kind of cash. If you fly with more than 10 Gs, they take your money and you've got to justify where it came
Yeah.
from.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought America was the land of the free.
No,
Doesn't
that's
feel
Hawaii.
very free.
There's a way to do it without telling them, but
Yeah, it's
Well,
called
I mean,
a-
with those scanners and everything these days, it's just they see a big ball of money, But so when I got there into Chicago, I went into a Chase and I had told them, hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be taking all this money. It's me. And
it's me.
He doesn't have a bank card. He just walks into Chase's and says,
So
it's me.
essentially,
And they
I
give him
It's
money.
me.
I told him I was going to be in that area.
Those
It
are the good
wasn't
old days.
it wasn't shenanigans.
Oh, you called them beforehand knowing that
so
they were
that
going
that reassured
Exactly.
them when you told them it wasn't going to be any shenanigans.
But when
They're like, okay,
when I came in,
turn off the shenanigan warning light.
I left that branch with only $500 in cash left. I tapped them almost completely.
Wait, the branch only had 500?
They
Chicago?
only had $12,000 in cash, and I took
Why would they
11.5.
tell you the details?
They
of
might
how
have been
much money
lying.
They had?
They were just upset. Like they were like, "Are you serious?
Usually
Do you want
banks-
to cash
This
yours
is like
check?"
when Guitar Center says,
was just-
we're
that's
losing
kind of-
money
this
on
was a
this.
funny
That's
thing, like-
scary shit, though, that we're getting to the point where like they don't even fucking bother printing the money anymore. It's just all like, on cards.
Yeah,
and,
man.
Dude, Bill Burr would not
Yeah,
like the
man.
story.
It's all fake
Well, it's
money.
just
Banker
man.
cunts. Banker cunts.
Yeah, they're reading our emails too.
No, I definitely just like opened my eyes, to like, like not.
How do you
every
find these
branch
printers?
has-
eBay and all the regular resources?
This one I bought on eBay.
I'm just I'm not asking to try to give away your business. And trust me, our listeners aren't going to do this. They have problems
They
making
might.
phone calls.
They might.
The
Hey, you're on the After Disaster.
Yeah.
except
gonna
you,
buy a
you're good.
Sprinter?
You're
Okay.
good.
Are you going to go out and buy a Sprinter?
Anderson, what the hell's going on here?
How are you, man? Are you going to go out and buy a Sprinter?
I do not understand what's going on at all.
Are you Beavis or Butthead?
Are you going to go out and buy Usain Bolt?
I can't deal with this right now. I'm going to have a panic attack here. Do you want me to have a panic attack? I don't want to have a panic attack.
Who are you?
Tell me what's going on here.
Who are you?
Tyler?
So,
Kevin?
Do something.
Because I would like to buy one of those
What's
spinners, but I
happening?
want one with lower
I was
lines.
trying to listen to the show, and I can't hear anything.
In terms of mileage,
he can't hear anything.
Are, I mean, they can run 1,000,000 miles.
Yeah, but
What'd you do wrong if you
I
can't hear
want to
us?
actually keep it. I want something like with
This thing,
40, 50,
man,
60,000
they're-
miles.
They're bulletproof.
I love those vans.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm getting sick of sprinters.
Alrighty.
Aren't we all getting sick of sprinters?
Christian, you got to tell him about the creepy dude with the basement.
Oh yeah.
Tyler's treating you like you're a jukebox right now. I don't know how you should feel about
These
that.
are stories that I know will interest you guys greatly.
Okay.
So along with the whole like American pickers thing and all that, the trend of
I hate those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
They run into some interesting
So
people.
lick
I don't know
my
if
butt and suck on my balls.
They had the mole man.
Spirited.
They met the mole man. I'm not sure if you guys were familiar with him. This guy got all these catacombs full of shit, and I actually had a similar experience. I went
Wait
in,
a minute. Did you think this was the Art Bell show?
I had a sneaking suspicion.
George Norton.
No, I ended up I was going to buy some stuff from this guy, and I pull up to this like really creepy farmhouse that essentially like maybe likened to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre mansion out in the middle of Iowa. And I get to this guy's place, and he just is kind of communicating in just sort of guttural noises,
Did you keep Pat in your pocket to make sure that 11.5 was still in there?
Yeah. This is after I bought the van and everything, but I get in there, I see the couple pieces I'm interested in, and I ask him, "Hey, you got some other stuff?" And he starts taking me on the tour of his house.
Throw some acid in your face. Oh yeah, I do, buddy.
We end up going down to the basement. It's like this it's like a grotto full of all the things that I'm interested in buying. These these vintage furnishing pieces. Just a massive collection of stuff, but it's just in really bad shape, disrepair. I mean, stuff's leaking in. It's just it's like a cave down there.
So are you one of those American pickers? Like you're like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $20, and then you like turn to like.
Oh,
your
you need to
friend,
see
you're
this guy.
I just had to have it. This is the piece I've been looking for.
That's the wow factor.
Is that you? Is that what you do?
Is your
essentially.
dream?
I'm a little
Tyler's
bit.
been telling me about.
I'm
you
a
for a
little.
while.
I'm a little bit more like selective, but
Do you try and fuck them as hard as
And
you
he gets
can?
way better deals than the American Pickers
Like,
No,
if
guys.
you
American
saw something
pick-
that you
the American
knew was
pickers
worth
get
a
boned.
lot of money, would you like tell the old codger? You'd be like, yeah, I'll give you $10 for it. Would you do that?
I've gotten some good deals.
Yeah.
Is this like your
Jesus is
career?
not a cuss word, Christian.
Is this? I mean, is this? Are you doing what you love doing, what you want to do, or do you have like an envision someday owning like an antique store or something, or becoming like an antique dealer, or is this just what you're doing right now?
Envision
To
being shot
pay
in
some
one
bills?
of your van deals, because that's like a drug deal. When you
Yeah.
have that much money on you, and
For
if you
sure.
like meet somewhere, you better meet in public, because I mean they could.
Yeah.
They know you got 11 large on you.
Well, the first
he already
thing I
bought the
did,
car.
the
I
first
know,
thing
but
I
I'm
did
saying
when
he's
I,
gonna do it again.
the first
He's
night,
gonna do it again.
I found like my idea is to be able to collect a found object for every trip that'll be my dome beater, in case like shit gets real.
It'll be your dumb beater.
My dome beater, like
Dome
something
beater,
so I
okay.
can bludgeon
Right.
something,
That's
if
kinda
if need
hands-on.
be.
I would
So
think gun.
why don't you just go to a gun store and buy a taser as soon as you get into a new town?
Taser's
well, I
probably
was
better.
actually, I was in the market for like a snub 38 with
Snub.
the serials ground off.
Right.
So I could just
Does not
blast
feel
something if I
very-
need to.
What did they teach you in fucking in
I don't
religion
know,
school?
Jesus,
in
he's gonna
Sunday
beat
school?
someone's
Christians are the
dome
biggest
with a-
NRA supporters in the world. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
but they like
Women's
serial
rights have
numbers.
nothing to do with this.
All right, Tyler.
But anyways, this guy in the
Would
middle
a gun
of Iowa.
with Jesus engraved on it be worth a lot of money?
I don't need a serial number. I got
Maybe.
Jesus on
Who
my
knows?
handle.
That's what you're good at, right there. Okay.
This guy in the middle of Iowa in this
The mole
creepy
man.
the creepy basement, yeah, essentially the Iowa mole man. He's like, hey, you got to check this out, and he essentially has in a basement, which is probably about maybe 20 feet below his existing, first floor. He has one of those storm cellars, like the angled
gotta get
thing
down there, yeah.
in the
Jesus.
basement. In the basement,
This is
though.
gonna get. I wasn't even there. This is gonna give me
You get all
goddamn
stressed
nightmares
out,
tonight.
So he opens.
Hey, you
this
gotta check this out. He turns around, he's got a bagel on his
opens
penis.
this
You're
thing
like,
up,
hey,
and
wish
there's
I wouldn't
maybe
have come here.
there's one of those corrugated tubes, like a steel tube.
Wait a minute, I saw this guy on TV. I saw. Is it one of the old silos where they kept the nuclear weapons?
No, it's not the ICBM thing. It's basically
What
like
did you
a.
just say? What's ICBM?
Intercontinental ballistic missile. Next question.
I was going to say
It's
that.
an angled, like basically imagine like a big chute or a slide.
It's like the
that goes down another 30 feet to another basement underneath the first
Hoover
basement.
Dam has something similar to that.
I mean, it blew my mind.
Well, what was down there?
More shit.
Dude, wait, so how'd you get down there? You guys slide on your asses?
No, there's like a ladder in the tube, so you climb down this thing, and he's got more furniture down there. Like
After
it's
you.
Ordering, I mean, it's just completely floor to ceiling, and this stuff it's like basically a swamp down there, and I mean, it was just so sad to see all this stuff in complete disrepair. And
Did you take any pictures of this?
The guy was shooing me out. He was actually this was like a side thing, but he was a high school referee for girls soccer.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like really, I mean, but he's
just
late
must not
for
have
a
been his
game
type.
and
Yeah.
But
I always wanted to be a high
it
school
was a
girls soccer
bizarre
referee. I don't know anything
bizarre
about
scene.
soccer, but
You see a bunch of soccer balls down there.
skulls and soccer balls.
No, just
Just
cleats.
a bunch of girls soccer uniforms.
Just empty
I'm
cleats.
Like, what's this?
No, he throws the ball down there. He goes, "Well, you go get the soccer ball."
What's in those 50-gallon drums? Hey, don't look in there.
I
Girls.
didn't understand pretty much anything he said, but I mean, he was just going
Because of his accent?
No, I mean, it's just
Did he wear overalls?
no.
I gotta say, you're insane then, because Jesus Christ, I'm not going into some guy's basement who I don't even understand.
You're really close with this Christian guy, aren't you, Tyler?
Yes,
you have balls, man. Because the minute somebody invites me to their house,
Yeah, I was not expecting that. But there was an overall incident actually. One of the nights in in the
overall
wall,
incident.
Yeah, one of the nights in the Walmart parking lot, about 3 or so in the morning, I had heard something outside, and I was kind of nestled up against a couple truckers, like safety in numbers type deal. And
I think you have to verbalize that with them though too. You can't just assume you're a gang.
They gave him the fist of sport.
Yeah.
It was good.
Suck their
For
fists
sure,
out
for
the
sure.
window.
Now, and I ended up looking out. The van had back windows, and I'd made this kind of like covering thing so somebody couldn't look in because I had a previous incident with that. Somebody watching me while I slept, which was kind of messed
Jesus.
up.
How'd you know that?
Fucking Christ.
I woke up to a
Jesus
guy
is not a
looking
cuss
in the.
My road trip days are over now after these stories.
Not a cuss word. Wow.
Anyways, there was a guy standing about 25 feet off the back of the van, no shirt, wearing overalls,
Better
kind
than
of
no
a,
pants.
Portly.
Wait,
type
how'd you know that someone
character.
was watching when you were sleeping? As you woke up and they were watching.
Was he playing a jug?
Yeah, the first night, or the first, actually it was afternoon, I was driving from Chicago up to Minneapolis, and
Seems
I
like the
was
wrong
just,
direction, but that's just me.
I was dead tired and pulled into a truck stop, and I was going to lay down for about 30 minutes, and I heard something, on the back of the van, and I was kind of laying down looking upside down through the back windows, and awoke to a character looking in, watching me sleep.
Character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
What
a
happened then? Did you say
Daffy?
Scared
beat
the
it?
shit out of me.
You
And
say beat it?
I rolled up and I popped out the side door, and by that time he had walked around some
That
other
was
trucks.
cop language you just used right there.
What's that?
I rolled up.
No, I physically I did a somersault.
You know what, Christian? We're not gonna judge you if you're really just traveling the country, spreading the word of Jesus. I mean, that's okay if that's what these
If you
trips
want
are
to
all
make up
about.
these crazy
It's okay, we're not gonna
stories.
judge
Oh,
you.
for sure, man.
If you just want to
For
get
sure.
to the chase where Jesus is our
I
Lord and
appreciate
Savior.
that.
I don't know if Mole Man really exists or not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's
This is
probably
it's actually all a parable. That's
And
what
you
I
too
brought,
can have
I brought-
adventures like this if you
I actually
believe
brought
in
Christian
Jesus.
in to witness to you guys.
Mole Man does exist. The character
Is his-
outside of my van
has
in
his
the
soul been
overalls
saved, is
in the
the
middle of
question.
the night, just standing there with a very deranged look, kind of.
The rest stop stories scare the hell out of me because
Yeah.
I spend time in rest stops.
all the George Michaels, all the stories.
Those
he-
are more like park bathrooms.
He was
though.
shirtless, wearing overalls, just staring at you.
He was just standing
Was
there.
he pinching his nipples?
No, he wasn't. But I mean, middle of the night, middle of the.
Doesn't miss a beat. Christian just
Was he playing that one string instrument tied to a can?
Yeah.
Bow.
The worst instrument in the
The
world.
poorest of the instruments.
I see a
One
lot
of
of
those Chinese violins.
I see a lot of Tyler and Christian like when you tell stories. Like
You
guys
should
have
see
the
us
same-
later. There'll be a
you
lot
have the
more of
same
me in them.
facial expressions. Obviously, you guys have spent a lot of time together. That's
For
what I'm
sure,
saying.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of like you a little bit more. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't blame you.
I could probably teach you to do what Tyler does in there.
What,
And,
yell
I'd be
like an
fine with
idiot
it.
every 4 minutes?
And ruin things.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Tyler's got a very special gift.
What is that? See, that was very Tyler right there. What you just did.
Tyler's quick wit is something that is unmatched.
It's okay. It's okay. The applause was not impressive to play that right there. Not very witty. Okay. Moving on. So, Tyler,
Anderson.
You are not funny. Okay, so you really got hurt
Thanks.
by that. I said
You were
that
really
last
mean
week.
the other day. You
I
were
was
just telling
kidding,
everybody
man.
you're not funny. I don't
know,
like
and
you.
I
You
told
smell weird.
I was like half asleep in my bed like later that night, and I was thinking, oh, and he bought me like Del Taco earlier in the night, and he didn't even take any money, and I'm like later, like flash forward 2 hours, I'm being dick to him.
You know what the lowest point in the
show?
show that ever happened was? Just now when you said moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Because that just gave me a weird chill. You're like, okay, moving on. Like we're in class or something.
In a minute, not yet.
The end of an era.
I hate when people say that. In a minute, not yet.
That's like teacher bullshit.
That's like camp
high school
bullshit.
shit.
That's what they say at my camp all the time, and it upsets me. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna go change things so we can talk to the callers.
Oh, okay, that's good.
When are you going back out on the road?
It's probably going to be next month. Putting the van up for sale right now. I'm categorizing all my merch.
How do you
so.
do you know enough about those vans and about
working on them?
Motor vehicles? Well, when you go look at it, can you look around the vehicle and figure out if there's any?
Yeah, I mean,
like if you're,
I'm fairly handy. I mean, I'm not really familiar with that particular vehicle, and especially the diesel.
You have any problems
platform.
finding diesel fuel?
It's actually a little bit more difficult than you would think around here. Out in Middle America, not as much. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of all the truck stops and stuff.
Yeah, there's more of that. So
That thing's does it have a giant tank?
Actually, no, 20 gallons.
Oh, really?
So it costs about $80-$90 to fill up.
Oh, feels good.
And then you'd get maybe like 650 to 700 miles to the gallon.
It's not too bad.
Excuse me, to the tank. So
Sprinter talk on the after disaster. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
Every week we have a Sprinter update
Is
until I get one.
Is it difficult to find diesel fuel? Hey, you're on the after disaster. How are you? Please be snoring. Please be asleep.
I just love the idea that I'm going to be in my van with my portable shower.
Heating your butt cheeks.
You guys are going to be jealous.
I don't know about the jealous part.
Hey, you're on the after disaster. How are you?
Did you do it wrong again?
No, I did it right. These are our callers. Hi, you're on the after disaster. Watch this. I'll put everybody on, and somebody will talk.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Diana. How are you?
First to ring in, Diana Vandekamp from Pasadena.
Diana, why are you the only one that knows how to use a phone?
I don't know. I've done it for a while.
Do you think that I
Nice
picture our
job.
listeners like with the receiver up to their mouth and like the talk
Maybe
piece
they
in
saw
their ear?
cartoons and they're holding bananas up to their head.
Yeah,
The phone's
Mike,
just
maybe
lying there.
that's it.
What, Diana?
Like, there's this funny little drop you get right before you're on, and
It cues you in, right? It clues you in.
yeah, it sounds like you're getting rung into a fight.
Hey, any good dates stories lately?
Nothing so brilliant lately, except that this one guy, even before we actually went out on the date, he asked me, "Should I get a hotel room?"
Wow.
That's an incident worthy of discussion.
Jesus Christ.
Optimist man.
And the problem
not go.
was it was Motel 6, right? You said absolutely, and then he told you it was
Best
Motel 6.
Western.
If you
I
want
like
to come to my
class it up.
hotel.
Oh, by the way, what was the guy's name that did the Pab Day video?
Scott?
Scott. Fantastic.
No.
Not Scott.
No, it's Boston. It's the fucking Tuba gang.
Oh, is it? That's
Yeah.
Tuba Gang?
Yeah.
The Pab Day video was awesome. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Pab.
I thought you were talking about the website.
No, that's Scott.
So
Scott,
if
please
you haven't
take-
checked out the Bronate button, please go to theafterdisaster.com and Bronate today.
and
Can I
please
tell you that
change the
Diana's-
picture of my cheese face? I don't want
Diana's dates and Mike
Cheese
Carano
face?
are so dramatically diametrically
face.
opposed. I've had girls like hanging on me, kissing me on the neck, and I'm still like, I wonder if she wants to fool around. I'm like, oh, I don't understand. I honestly have had people standing behind me, kissing me on the neck. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, should I even make a move? I don't know what to do.
I'm with you,
Diana's dates are already making hotel plans
I just want
before
to
the
go.
date.
So what do you like for breakfast? Sausage.
Listen, before we go out, I just want to tell you that I can't stay.
What?
You're already prepping her for the fact that after sex you're not going to hang out.
Oh yeah,
You got to get the hell out of
I
there.
have to go to work early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
And my wife and kids will be up pretty soon.
Oh
so
dear God, I hope I've never done that. That's like a mortal sin.
no, it's not mortal.
It's pretty bad, right, Tai Tai?
What?
Don't turn to the Christian guy.
What?
I'm sorry.
For
I wasn't
support.
paying attention.
Way bad.
What's bad?
Adultery.
I like adult trees better than baby trees. Adult trees are much hardier against like a
New
lot of
adultery.
diseases can cause trees to wilt and then they die. And
Baby
then
That's not what
trees
she's
are
talking
so
about.
cute,
remove
though.
them.
Wrong, Tyler. No,
Baby
that's not what
trees are
she's
so
talking
cute.
about, man. She's talking about when people have sex
Oh.
out of wedlock.
Dole
I mean,
trees, like the
marriages.
soft ones to touch, not the sharp ones, like
God,
those
you're
ones
so
with the pine.
Yeah, Dole pineapple trees.
You know, there's at least one person who thinks.
Oh,
absurd.
dole trees.
Yeah.
Oh, like from Hawaii.
I got to say, I think the whole
adultery
sanctity
is
of
bad.
marriage is kind of a farce.
Yeah.
Would you leave your microphone alone?
I agree.
I have to keep my hands on the headphone control down here because it's popping in and out.
Weddings, I think it's just for insecure people.
Yeah.
Namely women who need to feel like they need to lock up their man with the government.
Hell yeah.
and the signature is going to make a difference. It doesn't make a fucking difference. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Man's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah,
He's going to
bro.
get strange.
We're wild animals.
He's going to get
We gotta get some
strange
trim.
Isn't it just fun to throw a big party for all your friends?
That's what it's for, really. It's for the party. But ironically, it's also the best time to hook up with some strange when you're having that party and that party's all about you.
Hey, girl, I'm just trying to get some trim. Shit.
You know what also I think it's for? Maybe this is more for the girls. But, like, you know how you can go around to, like, stores with those registry guns and just shoot at them?
Jillian's been so excited talking about that lately.
That must be amazing.
I
I
didn't
also
get to
think
do the
girls have a
registry gun
tendency, but girls have a lot of competition with each other.
That's
whether
why
it's subconscious, and I think it's like, look, somebody wants to marry me. Like it's kind of bragging.
Look at some guy's dumb enough to marry me.
I hope it's not like that.
Well, I don't know. You know, people have their personality problems, and
I can't believe
all
I'm
your
allowed this
ladies
to go as long as it's going. Jillian, we're kidding. We're totally joking.
Yeah, Lauren.
But the man does bang on the honey. On the,
Hell yeah, the man does
I'm
bang.
trying to dig you out of
No
your
doubt,
hole.
son.
man
No
does
doubt. The
bang on
man does
on
bang.
what is it called? The bachelor party.
The man do
I don't
what-
think so,
The
really.
man do what he
absolutely.
do when he did when he did.
Tyler.
I wouldn't
What?
have a bachelor party if I was getting married.
Really?
Christian
Yeah,
and I are going
don't
to
li-
one
I don't
this
like
weekend.
strippers, and I don't like. Oh, really? Can I go?
Oh, I just go golfing or something fun.
Oh.
No, I don't. You know what? I don't like
With
the whole
your
idea of
penis?
it.
All right,
I'm not big on parties.
Let's go through our other callers.
Okay.
They're all on, Tyler.
No, they're not. They don't know they're on.
Okay, hey everybody, you're on.
They've been that quiet the entire
Yeah,
time.
they all suck.
No, are we all on?
Oh, there they go.
There they are.
Jesus.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Was that Marcus?
You're all Pavlov's dogs.
I didn't do a damn thing.
Is Marcus here?
No.
I like
Have to work?
Do you hear someone talking like this?
Whoa. Hey, do you smoke weed?
It's about time we have a live after disaster, so all these listeners can meet each other.
What do you mean about time we have a live
No,
after
he
disaster?
means like a remote.
Oh. Ooh, let's do it live from a truck lot.
Let's do it. Can we use your Sprinter?
Yeah. Live from Sligman, Arizona.
Maybe I could get a better date.
It'll be like our
way.
Budokan.
Yeah, come to Oregon, Diana. I will go on a date with you.
Oh, yeah. Get it.
No.
And I won't show you pictures.
Set it up first.
Get it. Who is that? Who's in Oregon?
AJ.
Yeah, AJ. Get some
Have you been
trim.
convicted for anything?
Diana's not even.
No felonies.
Do you own a Polaroid camera?
I own
That's
an
a
iPhone.
great start.
You own an iPhone?
Yeah.
This guy's got his shit together, bitches.
Actually,
Word.
Polaroid somewhere.
Nice.
Okay, so the moment of truth, Diana, should he book a hotel room?
Dear Lord. No. A reservation at a restaurant be a little more up my alley.
Here's the problem with the hotel thing is.
Should I book an alley?
Then does he get to go up your alley?
Oh,
but-
dear God.
Here's the thing, Diana. Why would the guy want a hotel room when he could go to his place or your
Because
place?
he's married.
Oh, no. Maybe.
No, but it's odd.
I know.
Like if I went on a date with somebody and be like, "Should we get a hotel room?" She's like, "Don't you live like 4 blocks over that way?"
Maybe he just wants that crazy
get a
hotel
room.
sex.
I hate the smell of sex in the morning in my house.
Plus, I don't like to clean the blood off the walls.
Oh, God. What kind of sex are you having?
He uses that sword thing from Seven.
Gentle. Slow and gentle. You told me to fuck her.
And I did!
I've never seen it unedited, so I've never seen the fucking sword thing.
You've never
What?
seen Seven unedited?
What a
I'm
pab.
sorry. I never got around
Pab.
to it.
I gotta
Pab,
find
Pab.
which line you're on. Keep talking.
So
Okay,
many
found him.
nightmares.
Found him. I
That was
felt like a
good.
sniper just there. I can't talk to a guy
Pab,
like that.
pab.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, AJ. But you're a pab.
Don't give the fist of support to a pab.
Is it
That's
all
what
right?
Nah, I'm
you're doing.
giving the fist of shame.
Hey, but
Okay.
we're all pabs. We're all pabs.
No, you're the pab who cries about penis birds.
Penis birds.
Tyler,
I'm
turn
gonna
the
think about
goddamn
those sad
music
little
up.
birds tonight. I hope there's no birds.
All right, guys, I'm out. Good night.
I like this music, man.
We never hear
Love
this
y'all.
part.
Is that really the end of the show?
I keep hearing the
kind of a
sound that
letdown.
says that I'm on.
You are on.
Oh.
I like that if he wasn't, he'd still just be saying that in whatever room he's in.
Hey,
I keep
Ron,
hearing the sound that I'm on.
I have a question for Mike.
Yeah, what is it?
How often did you drive down Harbor in Fullerton before you moved?
How often?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He wants to relive you. He's
3 times a day?
Because I've spun a sign out there for the past 8 months on Harbor and Fullerton, and I figured you've probably driven past me several times.
Wait, you're a sign spinner?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've driven by you by the Starbucks.
No, I spin a cash for gold sign.
Yeah, what corner is it on, though?
Right past Berkeley.
Absolutely. Yeah. On Bass and Cherry?
Bass and Cherry, no.
You mean by the Carl's Jr.?
You guys can talk about all of this on social media.
No, I'm like right before chat.
Mike Carano at Twitter. Twitter at Mike Carano.
Hey, everybody who lives nearby.
I've probably driven by you hundreds and hundreds of times.
Drive by and throw apples at this guy.
Because
Diana,
I
thanks for calling in,
lived
Diana.
north of that, and I went to
Good night,
Disneyland
gentlemen.
almost every
Lullaby.
day.
Wait, who's the sign spinner? What's your name? Steven. Have you seen the unedited version of 7?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen it. What is the unedited
You have
version of
not-
7?
It's just the
unedited,
regular
the
version.
normal version.
Oh, yeah, like the
what
theatrical
these
version?
Pabs are saying, AJ and Sign Spinner
They watch
Jerry,
TBS 7.
They watch TBS 7,
Got it.
which is
Just more like
really
3.5.
6.
Got it.
I was going to say 5.
Oh, that was weird.
Gotta go. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I have to go. You guys can hang out.
Guys, there's a tornado.
Yeah, I really.
Breaking up is no longer an option. Resonating in my head, my favorite thing she ever said to me. Shotgun marriage on the first day in Vegas, and I could not wait. We talked it over and saw Tom Jones instead. And he was just